Hello, Kentucky. It's going to be a big surprise for Kentucky's opponents when Diabate starts playing for Kentucky. Let's get to the news. Diabate's arrival at the Kentucky Wildcats promises something new. Pope, always strategic and with the ability to shape resilient and well-structured teams, seems to have found in Diabate exactly the kind of piece he needed to increase the team's defensive and physical intensity. The transfer from Alabama not only strengthens the Wildcats roster, but also signals Pope's clear intention to transform Kentucky into a relentless machine capable of dominating opponents with both strength and cunning. Diabate is the modern prototype of a versatile player. His ability to play multiple positions and impact the game on both ends of the court has been widely recognized, including by the likes of CBS Sports' John Rothstein, who described him as a glue guy, that indispensable player who makes the tough plays, wins 50-50 contests, and elevates the team's energy level. For Pope, who is looking to build a more robust and aggressive identity at Kentucky, Diabate is practically the ideal fit. His stats from his freshman season at Alabama are impressive, especially considering his limited time on the court. Averaging 7.2 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.1 assists in just 16 minutes per game, he demonstrated remarkable efficiency, shooting 61.7% from the field and even showing off his ability from distance, shooting 46.2% from three-point range on 26 attempts. However, it was his performances against Kentucky that truly caught the eye. Diabate averaged 8.3 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist in the Crimson Tide's 3 wins over the Wildcats, including a memorable performance in the SEC tournament, where he recorded 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 steal in just 22 minutes. He also shone in other key matches, such as double-doubles against Houston, Vanderbilt, and Mississippi State, as well as a dominant performance in the victory over Robert Morris in the first round of the NCAA tournament. These numbers not only highlight his ability to produce in crucial moments, but also illustrate his importance as a player who can change the dynamics of a game. Whether through his physical presence in the paint or his ability to space the floor with perimeter shooting, Diabate offers a rare combination of strength and versatility. For a team like Kentucky, looking to strengthen its defense and increase its competitiveness against elite opponents, he is a virtually perfect addition. Diabate's defensive impact, in fact, is one of the most exciting aspects of his arrival. Renowned statistics analyst Evan Miyakawa ranked the winger as the 5th best transfer in terms of projected defensive impact this offseason. This is something Pope has repeatedly emphasized in interviews: the need for a defensive enforcer who can intimidate opponents and control the pace of the game. Diabate not only fills this void, but also brings an aggressive, relentless mentality that could rub off on the rest of the roster. In his own words, Diabate revealed how motivated he is to embrace this role at Kentucky. During conversations with Pope during the transfer window, he sensed that the coach saw him as a crucial piece in shaping the team's identity. When I spoke to him on the phone, he told me how much he loved my game and how much he admired it. He said it was something he needed this year, but didn't get, Diabate commented. This early connection with Pope, combined with the opportunity to be a key player in an iconic program like Kentucky, appears to have been decisive in his selection. Furthermore, Diabate brought to the table a philosophy that directly reflects Pope's vision: the idea of being a shark in basketball. When you smell it, when you smell blood and water, you attack. That's what a shark does, and that was the motto last year, he said, referring to the winning mentality that helped Alabama achieve 53 wins over the past 2 seasons, including a historic Final Four appearance. Now, he's bringing that mentality to Lexington, where he hopes to replicate, or even surpass, that success. For Kentucky fans, Diabate's arrival is cause for great optimism. He not only bolsters the current roster, but also embodies the kind of culture Pope is trying to establish. One of hard work, resilience, and competitive dominance. Big news for the Wildcats? We hope so. College basketball recruiting is often the fine line between solid programs and true empires. Kentucky knows this dynamic well. And with Mark Pope, the debate revolves around his ability to transform his reputation as a great strategist on the court into a dominant force in the high school talent market as well. CBS Sports' latest forecast places the program in a prime position to contend for the top overall pick in the 2026 class, a recognition that reflects the immediate impact Pope is already making in Lexington. Pope demonstrated in the 2025 cycle that he can win important battles, bringing 2 five-star recruits to the team. Critics point out that, because they are Kentucky natives, these deals were facilitated by a local factor. But the narrative takes on a new dimension when one considers how deeply Kentucky is already involved in the race for the top prospects in 2026. According to Kyle Boone of CBS Sports, the Wildcats are strongly positioned with Tyron Stokes, number 1 in the rankings, Jordan Smith, number 2, Cameron Williams, number 4, and Caleb Holt, number 5. Of the top 10 prospects in the class, only Dylan Mingo has not yet received an offer from Kentucky. This fact alone paints an optimistic picture for Pope and his coaching staff. The style adopted in Lexington is also beginning to gain prominence. Boone notes that Pope and his staff apply an analytical approach to recruiting, seeking to align talent with fitness, character, and collective fit. In an era where the transfer portal wields enormous influence, Kentucky is preparing to strike a balance, targeting top high school talent, but without sacrificing experienced reinforcements who can bring immediate maturity to the roster. This dual approach increases the program's chances of remaining competitive on all fronts. Still, the pressure remains. The recurring criticism that Pope can't attract top talent outside of Kentucky continues to swirl, and only an elite 2026 class can dispel that sentiment. The current situation, however, favors the Wildcats. Being in direct competition for so many top-ranked players shows that the program has regained not only relevance, but also prestige in the minds of recruits. Kentucky's image as a top-tier destination remains intact, and Pope's young, energetic leadership could be the key to sealing historic commitments. BBN's immediate future is shaped by this recruiting battle. Pope has already proven in his first season that he can lead the team to the NCAA tournament and that he understands the weight of the position. Now, the mission is to solidify Kentucky with decisions from top talent in 2026. If he completes this task, Pope will not only dispel any shadow of doubt about his recruiting ability, but will also position the Wildcats to regain national prominence. In Lexington, the foundation is laid. The next step is to turn this fertile ground into a harvest that returns Kentucky not only to a top-ranked recruiting class, but also to a different program. The news that Cutter Boley has been officially confirmed as Kentucky's starting quarterback brings to light a number of significant developments for the Wildcats football program. The decision marks a pivotal moment in the season, especially considering the circumstances that led to the young freshman assuming the most important position on offense. The announcement not only establishes Boley's status as a team leader, but also reflects the growing confidence that head coach Mark Stoops and his coaching staff have in the Hodgenville native. After replacing Zach Calzada, who suffered a throwing shoulder injury against Ole Miss, Boley had the difficult task of stepping into the field at a crucial moment in the season. His first big opportunity came against Eastern Michigan, when he led the Wildcats' offense to a stunning 48-23 victory at Kroger Field. Despite this being his first start, Boley demonstrated maturity and talent, completing 12 of 21 passes for 240 yards and 2 touchdowns. Numbers that, while not perfect, demonstrate his potential for further improvement. One of the most notable developments is the speed with which Stoops made this decision. Although initially hesitant after the game against Eastern Michigan, the coach now seems convinced that Boley is the best option to lead the offense. "I was pleased with the way he played," Stoops said after the game, indicating that detailed analysis of the rookie's performance and subsequent practices reinforced his conviction. This selection also signals a strategic shift. While Calzada was seen as the stable veteran, Boley represents a bet on the immediate future, with dynamic characteristics that could open up new possibilities for the offense. Furthermore, Boley's elevation to the official starting role comes at a critical time for Kentucky. The team faces South Carolina next Saturday, a matchup that could determine the course of the season within the competitive SEC. The decision to put a freshman in the starting lineup demonstrates both the need for an energy boost in the offense and Stoops' confidence in his ability to lead the group, even against experienced and relentless opponents. Another intriguing development is Zach Calzada's health. While nothing has been explicitly detailed about his recovery progress, the fact that Boley has been confirmed as the starter suggests either that Calzada is not yet ready to return or that his pre-injury performance was not sufficient to secure his place back. This puts even more pressure on Boley, who now bears the responsibility of justifying Stoops' selection and proving he can be the right man to guide the team toward a bowl berth. The official announcement of Boley as the starting quarterback also highlights the unpredictable and exciting nature of college football. A player who was little known until just a few weeks ago now finds himself in the spotlight, with a chance to shape the identity of a team seeking to replicate the success of past seasons. With a combination of raw talent, pocket mobility, and a competitive mindset, Boley has everything it takes to become a key player at Kentucky. Now I want to hear your thoughts.